I am a pediatrician. I have lived in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex for most of my life. I have been a hospital pediatrician for the last several years, and I'm super excited. I've started my own very unique pediatric practice here in town. So I first had the inkling of being a doctor when I was real young. My grandma actually has told me, and even more recently, she's reminded me that it was about when I was 4 or 5 years old. So as a child, I had a chronic illness, a pretty rare illness that I was diagnosed with and had to spend lots of time encountering the medical field, kind of getting to a diagnosis and then spending time with treatment and stuff. I ended up being in the hospital for quite a while, and then just loved my pediatrician so much. I remember her face, I remember her kindness, I remember most everything about her in those years that I was sick. So just being able to want to pass on that passion that she had for medicine to other people and take good care of kids was the driving force of becoming a pediatrician. So the reason I chose house calls is because I have spent many hours sitting in a waiting room in a pediatrician's office, thinking about all the other things I'd rather be doing. So I wanted house calls to be a convenience for families. We're all so busy now, and we don't have time to schedule and sit and wait on things. So I wanted it to be, number one, a convenience. And number two, children are just more natural in their own home environment, and so really getting to know their developmental stages and the way they interact with their family and, safety issues in the home, all of that is easier to address when you can actually see them. So those were the two main reasons that I chose home visits. Also, I wanted to be very unique. There's many great pediatricians in this part of town, and I wanted to be a little bit different and offer families a different option than all of the other wonderful offices that are around. So the cost of the practice is a little different. The way insurance works now, health insurance, it's kind of a one and done, sort of in and out kind of experience. So my practice is different in that the way you pay for it is outside of your health insurance. It's actually a monthly fee, so you pay a small monthly fee to me, which helps me to be available to just you and your family and your kids. So that would include all of your kids' well visits, sick visits, and anything that they would need in between. It also would include some time, if you needed a quick question answered, you could text me, or if you were worried about something in the middle of the night, if your new baby was doing something that you were stressing about, you could call me and talk to me about it. Or if one of your kids got sick, it always happens in the middle of the night, so being able to touch base with your pediatrician during that time as well. So all of that is included in what you're paying for. The name of my practice is from the Bible. My faith is extremely important to me, and I wanted something that was unique, like my practice is unique. So I chose and found a verse, the Psalm 127 out of the Bible, that talks about children being the heritage of the Lord. And then also part of the verse, the psalm, is about how the Lord builds the household and builds, the things that we do. And so I wanted my faith in God to be the forefront of what I was doing and building this practice to take good care of kids. So Psalm 127 from the Bible, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their opponents in court. Psalm 127. Me knowing your kids really well throughout their growing years is really important. So being able to know them from the beginning and know their developmental milestones and know the things they struggle with and know the times they've been sick or been in the hospital or broken their arm or all the important things in their history that you may forget to tell someone new is important, and it all kind of fits in with their care. So a lot of pediatric illness and pediatric wellness is a lot of wellness, a lot of normal kids, but some subtle differences when kids get sick or have a developmental delay or something. So by knowing your child really well, I would be able to pick up on those things more easily, more quickly than I would if I were in a busy office with many other patients, that come and go, or that you've seen many different people in the same office or through urgent care, at different times. By me having it all, right there in front of me and knowing your child well, it makes for better care for the long run. I love being a pediatrician because I really do love children. From babies and all of the amazing things that they do to bigger kids and watching them learn and grow and change. And my heart for general pediatrics is being a part of families' lives and watching their kids grow and change over time and over the years. I would love an opportunity to talk to you more about my practice, so feel free to give me a call, 817-476-0675, or you can also send an email to Dr. Wadley, drwadley at 127pediatrics.com. So get in touch with me and we'll meet and find out if 127 Pediatrics is right for you and your family.